Have you ever stepped into a warm morning shower, thinking it was the perfect way to start the day only to feel suddenly lightheaded, unsteady, or not quite yourself? For many older adults, this simple daily ritual hides a silent danger few ever consider. But for those over 70, the time of day you choose to shower could quietly turn into a life-threatening risk. Just last month, Stanley Peterson, a 75-year-old grandfather who lived independently and stayed active, was found unconscious on his bathroom floor. His family was shocked. He had no serious health problems, no warning signs. What they didn't know, and what most seniors still don't, is that his early morning shower happened during the most dangerous window for older adults, a time when your body is least prepared to handle the physical stress of heat, movement, and imbalance. This isn't meant to scare you, but to empower you, because what happened to Stanley could happen to anyone who hasn't heard what I'm about to share. In the next few minutes, you'll learn when the risk is highest and the small but powerful changes that could protect your life or the life of someone you love. Stay with me. This could be one of the most important things you hear today. Number 1, the fatal time window for senior showers. There's a quiet danger hiding in what seems like a harmless part of our morning routine: showering too early. Between 4:00 a.m. and 8:00 a.m., your body is at its most vulnerable, especially after the age of 70. And this isn't just a theory, it's backed by science. Harvard Medical School researchers have found that this window carries an 80% higher risk of serious accidents like falls, strokes, and heart events. Why? Because your blood pressure drops while you sleep, then spikes sharply during the early hours. That sudden surge known as the morning rise puts immense pressure on the heart and weakens balance, coordination, and decision-making. It's a storm inside your body that you can't feel until it's too late. Dr. Richard Thompson, a leading expert in geriatric cardiovascular health, puts it this way: for seniors, showering during these hours is like walking into a minefield of hidden health risks. You may feel fine when you step in, but your heart and brain haven't fully caught up. His warning isn't just theoretical, it's real, and it hits home for many families. Doris Williams, a 72-year-old retired teacher in Philadelphia, was always proud of her discipline. A 6 a.m. shower had been part of her daily rhythm for decades. But one morning, as the warm water steamed around her, she felt a wave of dizziness. She slipped and fractured her hip. That single moment changed her life. She went from being independent to needing weeks of care. Her doctors gently told her what no one had warned her about before: the timing of her shower was a silent risk she never saw coming. But here's the good news. This isn't something out of your control. It's a small change that can make a massive difference. Just shift your shower routine to between 10:00 a.m. and noon. By then, your body is fully awake, your blood pressure has evened out, and your coordination is stronger. It may sound like a simple adjustment, but it could be the decision that saves your life or protects your mobility. I invite you right now to take a sticky note and write this safe shower window down. Place it on your bathroom mirror as a daily reminder. Your health and independence are worth protecting. And sometimes, the most powerful choices are the smallest ones. After 70, safety doesn't mean fear, it means wisdom. And wisdom, my friend, begins with honoring the quiet signals your body is sending you every day. Number 2, body temperature regulation. Dangers. There's something deeply comforting about a warm shower. It feels like a soft embrace, especially on cool mornings. But as we grow older, that same soothing warmth can quietly become a hidden danger. Have you ever stepped into the shower and felt a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, even though everything seemed fine just moments before? That's not just aging, it's your body's way of signaling that something is off. According to the American Journal of Geriatric Medicine, after age 70, our bodies gradually lose the ability to regulate internal temperature as efficiently as they once did. What was once automatic now takes more effort, and that delay in adjustment can become dangerous in an instant. Dr. Amanda Chen, a respected expert in geriatric thermophysiology, explains it this way: in early morning hours, when our core body temperature is already at its lowest, stepping into a hot shower causes a sudden thermal shock. For younger adults, the body adapts. For older adults, that adaptation is slower, and the heart and blood vessels bear the brunt of it. It's not just a theory, it's real. Albert Reynolds, an 83-year-old retired accountant who had always been sharp and active, learned this the hard way. One quiet morning, just like any other, He began his usual hot shower at 6:30 a.m. Within minutes, he collapsed. The cause? A sudden arrhythmia triggered by a sharp temperature shift his body couldn't handle. His cardiologist later told him something that stuck with him, and now it sticks with me too. This never had to happen. If the water had been cooler and the time had been later, this might have been just another peaceful morning. But Albert survived, and his story became a turning point. And maybe it can be yours too, because the solution is beautifully simple. All you need to do is lower your water temperature to a safe, lukewarm range between 95 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And take one small step further, install an anti-scald device in your shower. They're inexpensive, easy to find, and they can save your life. If you're not sure how to install one, don't let that stop you. Call your son, your daughter, a neighbor, or a friendly handyman. They'll help, and you'll have peace of mind every time you step into the water. This isn't about fear. It's about honoring your body's wisdom. As we age, the small adjustments we make become acts of love. Love for our independence, our safety, and the life we've worked so hard to enjoy. Number 3, medication timing and shower risk. There's a quiet rhythm to our mornings, the comfort of routine, the little things we do without thinking. But sometimes, those automatic habits can carry risks we never saw coming. If you take blood pressure medication and then step into the shower soon afterward, your routine might be creating a dangerous chain reaction inside your body. According to cardiologists at the Mayo Clinic, many common medications for hypertension like lisinopril, amlodipine, and metoprolol reach their strongest effect during the early morning hours. That's the same time your body naturally experiences a dip in blood pressure, especially after waking. Add in the warm steam of a shower, and your blood vessels relax even more, setting the stage for what experts call the double drop effect. Dr. Michael Ramirez, director of geriatric cardiology at Mayo, explains it this way. Most seniors take their medication right after getting up, thinking they're starting their day on the right foot. But when that medication hits its peak around the same time they're stepping into a hot shower, the sudden drop in blood pressure can be so strong that blood flow to the brain slows down dramatically. That's when fainting happens. And when it happens in the shower, the consequences can be tragic. It's a scary thought, but it's one that too many families learn the hard way. Let's take the story of Helen Gardner, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Ohio. Every morning at 6:30, she'd take her lisinopril, wait a few minutes, and then enjoy her usual shower. But over time, she began feeling faint, lightheaded, a little off balance. One morning, she blacked out completely, falling hard against the side of her tub. Thankfully, she was found in time. At the hospital, her doctor gently explained that the combination of medication timing and early showering was likely the trigger. Once Helen began waiting at least 3 hours after taking her pills before bathing, those dizzy spells vanished completely. The good news is this: you don't need to give up your medication or your shower. You just need to space them apart. Make it your mission today, not tomorrow, to speak with your doctor or pharmacist about the best time to take your blood pressure medicine. Then, create a simple daily chart, one column for medication, another for your shower. Never overlap them. Aim to keep at least 2 hours between the two. This one adjustment could protect your brain, your balance, and your independence. Remember, small changes often hold the biggest power, and sometimes the safest step forward is simply the one you take a little later in the day. Number 4, hidden bathroom dangers amplified by time of day. It's easy to think of the bathroom as a safe, familiar place. After all, it's part of your daily routine. But what many seniors don't realize is how dramatically its safety can change depending on the time of day. In the early morning hours, before the sun rises, your bathroom can quietly turn into one of the most dangerous rooms in your home, not because of what's in it, but because of how your body changes as you age. Studies from the National Institute on Aging have shown that after 70, our ability to see clearly in low-light conditions drops by up to 60%. That means shadows look darker, small puddles disappear, and the edges of mats or tubs are harder to detect. And it's not your fault. Your eyes are just doing what aging eyes do, losing contrast sensitivity, especially before dawn. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a respected geriatric ophthalmologist, explains it this way. Most seniors believe their vision is fine, but they underestimate how lighting conditions affect depth perception and spatial awareness. In a room with hard surfaces, water, and sharp edges, that gap in vision becomes a serious risk, and for some, that risk turns into a life-altering moment. Take the story of Martin Blake, an 81-year-old retired delivery driver. He'd always been steady on his feet, proud of his independence, but one early morning, while heading for his usual 5:30 a.m. shower, he didn't see the thin layer of water on the floor water he would have easily spotted in daylight. He slipped, fell, and broke his hip. It all happened so fast, Martin later said, "If I'd just waited until the sun was up, I would have seen it. I would have walked around it." But here's the empowering truth: this kind of accident is preventable. It starts with one thoughtful step: lighting. Install motion-activated nightlights along the hallway and inside the bathroom. These soft, guiding lights can make all the difference when your eyes are still adjusting. Next, replace plain bath mats with ones in bright, high-contrast colors, something your eyes can pick up even in dim light. Non-slip material is essential, but so is visibility. These are not luxury upgrades. They're simple acts of love for your safety, your freedom, and your future. You don't have to wait for a fall to remind you of what matters. Look at your bathroom tonight with new eyes, gentler, wiser eyes, and ask yourself, can I see everything clearly in the dark? If the answer is no, now is the time to act, because a safe morning begins the night before. Number 5, the deadly combination of morning dehydration and showering. There's a hidden truth about mornings that most seniors never hear until it's too late. Your body wakes up already dehydrated, and that quiet detail becomes critical when you step into a warm shower. In fact, research from geriatric specialists at Johns Hopkins shows that dehydration in the early morning makes seniors 70% more likely to experience a fall while showering. It's not just about feeling thirsty, it's about how your body reacts when standing up, especially under the heat of running water. Dr. William Parker, a leading expert in geriatric hydration, explains it simply. After a full night's sleep, the body's fluid levels are depleted. When a senior stands in a warm shower without rehydrating first, blood tends to pool in the legs, which reduces circulation to the brain. That drop in blood flow, especially in the first hours after waking, can cause sudden dizziness, even fainting. This phenomenon is known as orthostatic hypotension, and it's far more common than people realize. The danger doesn't come with warning signs. One moment you're rinsing your hair, and the next, you've lost your balance on a slippery floor. Let's take the story of Charles Whitman, a 77-year-old former school principal who prided himself on keeping a tidy routine. Every morning, like clockwork, he'd get up, head to the bathroom, and start his day with a hot shower. But he couldn't understand why he often felt lightheaded during those first few minutes. It wasn't until a visit to his doctor that the connection became clear. His physician gently explained how dehydration was setting the stage for dangerous blood pressure drops. At the doctor's advice, Charles began drinking a full glass of water about 15 minutes before his shower. That one small habit changed everything. No more dizzy spells. No more fear of falling. It's such a simple thing, Charles later said, but it may have saved my life. I just wish someone had told me sooner. So now I'm telling you. Here's the new ritual: easy, quick, and potentially life-saving. Every morning, before you even touch that faucet, drink one full glass of water. Make it a part of your bathroom routine. Place a water bottle on the sink as a gentle reminder. This isn't just about comfort, it's about protecting your independence, your mobility, and your peace of mind. In a world full of complicated advice, this one step is clear, doable, and powerful. Will you add this to your morning? Just one glass of water could change everything. Number 6, emergency response time factors. There's a silent danger that most seniors never think about until it's too late, not the fall itself, but how long it takes for someone to find you afterward. If you were to slip in the shower at 5:10 a.m., how long would it be before someone noticed? For many older adults, the answer is measured not in minutes, but in hours, and those hours can mean the difference between recovery and tragedy. According to recent findings in emergency medicine, seniors who experience falls in the early morning are 40% less likely to receive timely help. Why? Because households are still asleep, caregivers haven't checked in yet, and neighbors may not be active until much later. Dr. Emily Rodriguez, an emergency physician who specializes in geriatric trauma, explains, the first hour after a serious fall, the golden hour, is critical. When a senior is lying on a cold, wet bathroom floor with no way to call for help, every minute becomes more dangerous. Hypothermia can set in quickly, especially when soaked skin loses heat rapidly. Without early detection, even a non-life-threatening fall can spiral into something far worse. It's a chilling truth. And sadly, it's one that Evelyn James, a 73-year-old widow from Michigan, knows all too well. One morning, she decided to shower at her usual early hour, before sunrise. She slipped and fell, unable to move or call out. It wasn't until nearly 9 a.m. when a concerned neighbor knocked on her door and found her unconscious from exposure and shock. Her doctors later said that had she fallen midday, she likely would have been discovered within 30 minutes and would have avoided the complications that followed. Since then, Evelyn has committed to showering mid-morning, and she now checks in with a neighbor every single day. But there's more you can do starting today. The most powerful action is also the simplest: install a waterproof emergency call button in your bathroom. These devices are inexpensive and could mean the difference between lying in silence and getting the help you need immediately. Pair that with a daily check-in system, a quick call or text to a loved one, a neighbor, or a friend, especially if you live alone. These small habits offer more than just safety, they provide peace of mind, both for you and the people who care about you. So ask yourself honestly, if you fell tomorrow morning at 5:01 a.m., how long would it take someone to know? If that answer makes you uneasy, it's time to make a change, because your life is too precious to leave to chance. Number 7, cognitive function and morning shower safety. There's something comforting about starting your day with a warm shower. For many of us, it's a ritual that feels refreshing, even grounding. But did you know that your brain might not be ready to keep you safe during those early morning hours? Neurologists at Stanford University have discovered that seniors experience their lowest cognitive function between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., a time when decision-making, focus, and reaction time are reduced by as much as 30%. That means the brain, still waking up from sleep, may miss the subtle cues that keep you steady on your feet or help you notice when something's gone wrong. Dr. Jonathan Miller, a neurologist who specializes in circadian rhythms and aging, explains, in older adults, the brain's ability to process information and respond quickly is significantly impaired during the early morning window. That's a problem when doing things that require awareness, like adjusting the water temperature, noticing a slick surface, or catching your balance if you slip. These aren't minor risks. They can lead to life-changing injuries. Just ask Robert Hanley, a 79-year-old former engineer from Colorado. Robert had always been sharp, attentive, and methodical, especially when it came to his daily habits. But one morning, around 6:00 a.m., he didn't notice that the shower handle had been nudged all the way to hot. Within seconds, he was scalded badly, suffering burns that required hospitalization. "I just wasn't all there yet," Robert later said. "Had it been noon, I would have caught it right away. But my brain, it was still waking up." The truth is, your brain has its own internal rhythm, and honoring that rhythm can make a major difference in your safety. Here's a simple change that could protect your well-being. Move your daily shower to between 10:00 a.m. and 2:00 p.m. when your alertness, balance, and response time are at their peak. You'll be clearer, steadier, and far more capable of recognizing danger before it happens. And if you still choose to shower earlier, consider using a shower timer with an alarm to help you stay focused and avoid lingering too long when you're least alert. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. You now understand how your brain changes throughout the day, and with that knowledge, you can make wiser choices. Is the convenience of a 6:00 a.m. shower really worth the risk of falling or suffering burns simply because your mind hasn't fully caught up to your body? Aging with strength means respecting what your body and your brain are telling you. Give yourself the grace of timing, and let safety become a gift you choose each morning. Now that you understand how something as routine as a morning shower can become unexpectedly dangerous after 70, I hope you feel more empowered, not fearful, but informed. A few simple changes, like choosing a safer time to shower, staying hydrated, using proper safety tools, and being mindful of medication timing, can make all the difference. These are quiet, thoughtful decisions that protect not just your body, but your independence and peace of mind. If this message struck a chord with you, I invite you to share it with someone you love. It could be the conversation that prevents a fall or even saves a life. And I'd love to hear from you. What time do you usually shower? Will you be adjusting your routine after today? Just type shower time in the comments to let me know you're still with me. If this kind of life-protecting wisdom resonates with you, consider subscribing for more insights designed to help you age safely, confidently, and with grace. You're not alone on this journey. Small steps lead to strong outcomes. Take good care of yourself. And stay tuned, our next video will explore another common habit that becomes unexpectedly risky with age. You won't want to miss it.